What he goes, guess what the average drinks a week? He goes, 2 drinks. I go, 2 drinks. I have 2 drinks before I don't like I'm doing my research. Like the guy wants me to have a half glass of wine and a Coors Light, and that's drinking for the week.
Entering the Pat Mayo experience.
Pat Mayo experience. Pat Mayo experience. Pat Mayo experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog. Code Mayo at Underdog right now will get you a deposit bonus of up to $1,000, and there is over $21 million available in prizes on Underdog right now for the kickoff to NFL best ball season. So get on over to Underdog now, use code Mayo, get that deposit bonus, and win millions of dollars, hopefully. That's not a guarantee, but that's something that you could do with the right team and the right draft. We're talking Kentucky Derby, one of my favorite shows of the year. So you smash the like, you sub to Mayo Media Network, and let me introduce them. Ben Raza's on the line, Cam Stewart's on the line. I feel like this is year 5 or 6 of us doing this show.
I'm going to tell you, Pat, I love seeing Ben. He's just a guy. You know what?
He's a guy.
He's a guy I can trust.
All right.
Like he has a like a lovable face. Like if I want him to be my money guy. I deal with a lot of snakes in my life, and Ben's just always been on point, honest, true, and he's a horse savant. So let's not nail it down this year. I only put in a couple bets right now, but I feel good about this year's Kentucky Derby. Actually, very good.
How come you feel so good about it?
It's just something like usually like I'm throwing darts, but I got on a horse and I'm going to stay there. We'll talk about it on the show. Love the connections, love the situation. Post a little bit tough, but I'm not worried. So I think it's going to be a good one. I'm just looking, Ben, he can find us that dog and we can nail that Exacta try and maybe Superfecta, which would really change my life. And I need it because I don't need hired goons coming to my door. Knock, knock. Where are the monies? I need a hit a boxcar Superfecta to take care of business because my girlfriend's snapping at me right now.
Well, Ben, we're doing a live show June 7th in Toronto. Tickets available right now in the description of the show and podcast. I think isn't that the time for the heavies to come get Cam when he has his entire crew with him?
What are you saying, Pat?
It was getting a little too dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought they were coming for me. They may have cut the wires crossed, Cam. I thought the
you were
goons
scaring
were at
me,
my
Ben.
door. But yeah, man, that could be. I mean, that would spice up the show, the live show, if there was an incident, not to get crazy.
What if I got clipped at our roast?
I mean, that would be quite an episode. I'm not gonna lie.
You can come watch it for free. We also told Cam people to bring you knickknacks that you can hoard at home.
Oh, I watched the segment, and Geoff and Pizzola brought their A game. I'm not going to deny everything. The first time I met Rob, like in Geoff, like I was like mooching their subs. I did a lot of things there. It's just hoarding's an interesting word. Let's just say this, Pat. Imagine getting shit for free, like fridge magnets or like people are just like whatever. But if it's free, I'll take it. That's the Scot in me.
What do you do with the fridge magnets?
Yeah.
You put them on the fridge.
Is your entire fridge just full of magnets?
Yes, and it has important things like doctor's appointments, a mini calendar, pictures of me at Woodbine. I wish I had a picture of Conflict Diamond, our horse, the only race it ever won at Georgian Downs. Got a fridge magnet for that, but that horse's hoof is like destroyed. I just keep pictures of my like family. You know what I mean? Stuff like that on the fridge. Yeah, why not?
So we actually invested in something not too long ago to basically get rid of any clutter that we had on our fridge. It's like a giant tablet. I have no idea how many inches it is, but we used to have a whiteboard and we replaced the whiteboard with this tablet. And it has like an interactive calendar on it. It scrolls through pictures from our phones of the kids or of like our wedding on through it. It's great. And really
What a Star Trek fridge? What? So you're telling me it does all those things? Like I thought you were going to say, I have a whiteboard and a marker. That thing sounds pretty intense.
We did have a whiteboard and a marker, but now it's just an app that connects to our phone. So if we need like the grocery list, you just go on your phone, type in a list, and it gets saved in the big calendar that's up on like our wall next to the fridge now.
Cool. I have an app called Flip and I just put everything in there. So when I go to the store that I'm going to, I already got my list there. See, you know what, Pat, I'm horrible with technology, but the other fucking night I was working, my head was literally at the side. Like I was flipping out, sweating. over 93.5 F bombs because, you know, they got rid of Carl, our IT guy. So I'm doing this shit myself. I had to take apart the camera.
Oh no.
Change the level of my desk, whatever. And I finally got it right because they were worried. They're like, oh, Cam, your head's cut off a little bit there, whatever. And like, I'm always getting calls about that shit. I'm like, come on, man. Can't you just listen to the show? Like, that's the whole thing I hate. Like, is everything has to be this way. And I'm like I'm fucking done with this crap, Pat.
So
I'm done with it.
So
Look at Ben. Look at Ben. He's in a prison with a couple pitchers. See, that's the way I like it.
That's how I live. This is my little domain, my cell.
I love you, Ben.
Ben has saved every cent he's had to put into horse betting instead of doing up the background.
This specific show. That's right. I don't even have a fridge because of that. So no magnets, no fridge, but I do have horse takes. So
okay.
Well,
I have one horse bet for everyone. This is what I want people to do. I want them to sub to Mayo Media Network. I want them to smash the like and answer this question that is up on the screen right now. Cam, close your eyes because I need the people to see what is going on for the prop bet for this show. So I'm going to give you time to gestate that. Think about your response. The vig is heavy on one side, but this is where we're going to go with it. So we'll come back out of it. Cam, you can now look back at the screen at this point. Ben, give us a refresher on some of the lead-in races to the Kentucky Derby and who's been doing well at those.
Yeah, so obviously with the Derby, the way it kind of works, you have to get points. You can't just get into the race. So there are lead-up races, all the different derbies, the Arkansas Derby, the Santa Anita Derby, blah, blah, blah. And obviously it correlates to the odds. So the horse, like Journalism, he's looked fantastic. He secured his points, and it's been kind of a mix and match. And then you have some horses that we don't know a lot about. There's a couple Japanese horses, again, who got their points, overseas. So really, it's always this blend of obviously the horses that won those races are the horses that are on most people's minds. And then there's some horses that hit the board and maybe they are improving at the right time. Maybe the distance, maybe 20 horses. This is a 20 horse race. Everyone forgets that. There's a lot of traffic. So that's what makes the Derby unique. But yeah, basically, we're looking at, are the horses that won the prep races the horses to beat, or is there someone that's a little undervalued out there that's ready to step up at a really big price?
What do you make of the lead-in form for some of these horses, Cam? And has that worked for you in the past? Because I feel like we haven't had a Derby winner in 3 years now.
I got to be honest with you, Pat. It's probably our worst. It's like kind of the Derby to me is like my insane behavior betting on the Tennessee Titans every week, which killed my record on the show, and they never covered. Carolina got better, but the thing is, I think it's important. I think you do have to do well, but to Ben's point, like we got 20 horses in this race. Somebody's going to get jammed up. The gate's really long. Like you need a perfect trip, but the horse that I really, really like can, if he doesn't get caught up in traffic, and Ben, I'll ask you this. I don't think there's too much speed. I want a stone cold closer in this race, and that's the horse that I'm looking for. And Pat, the horse that I like did not win its individual Derby, but came second.
Who is it?
Sovereignty, the 18.
So all the numbers that we're getting today are from coolbet.com. If you live in Canada, outside of Ontario, you can go to Coolbet and bet on the Derby right now. Sovereignty is 6-1, Cam.
That's fantastic. Actually, on one of my books, offshore, lowest he was plus 450, like for locked in odds, and I found a 6-1. That's fantastic. I don't know how Ben feels, but I'll tell you one thing: horse racing and connections are very important. I know Bill Mott and Junior Alvarado have done really, really well in turf races. Ben knows that, being part of the New York Racing Association. I just think this horse is special. The price is there for a reason. He's a contender. He's a stone cold closer. And if he just settles and Junior gives him a trip off the pace, this horse will come down like lightning down the stretch. And Pat, it was the first horse that came to my mind. I know everyone's talking Journalism. Hey, Ben's right. Journalism, if you look at everything, the best horse. That's why he's 3-1. But I think Sovereignty, in my opinion, has a great chance to win this race.
So, Ben, as this shapes up right now, is this like when we went into the Masters and Scotty Scheffler was the favorite, but everyone just like, yeah, Rory's probably going to win. He has better odds. Let's bet him. Is that the dichotomy between Journalism and Sovereignty right now?
I think there's some of that. I guess you can say this, but of the favorites in the Derby year over year over year, I don't particularly like journalism. Certainly not going to bet him. There's no way at that price. But even price independent, I don't think he's that impressive, to be completely honest. So for me, it's just a matter of who, if anyone, can beat him. He's obviously a talented horse, but there's been some years, where you can even hear whispers of a Triple Crown. Who can beat this horse? This is the horse to beat if he gets a trip. I don't think journalism is that horse. We'll see, but I think there's several horses that can beat him for sure.
Where does your eye go then if you're going to make any bets on this?
I like Sandman, the horse right below Cam.
That was
17.
my second choice. I like a 17, 18. I don't know
Yeah.
what we did. So, but know what the crazy thing is, Ben? Off the top of my head, I don't think has any horse won from the 17 hole. Is that the
No.
number that's never won?
So they're due, I guess.
I guess they're due. Was
they're
this the
due.
151st Derby? You damn right he's fucking due.
Yeah.
Holy jeez. Imagine that. The Titans haven't covered the spread in 151 games, but I have a really good feeling. That was kind of me doing the football pick show, and I like Ben's style. He's like me. He's just, I don't care about history.
Yeah, I don't
Just
care.
give me the 17.
Give me Sandman. I like everything about him. He says a lot of similarities to Sovereignty. He's going to
Yes.
be definitely closing. Good connections. Mark Cassie knows what he's doing.
I love
Jose
Mark
Ortiz
Cassie.
knows what he's doing. Arkansas Derby winner. He's got good buyer figures. Sandman can run. Price is going to be in that 6, 7, 8 to 1 range, maybe. I'd say second or third choice at post time, and to me sets up beautifully. Could he get blocked? Could he have a bad trip? Of course. There's 20 horses, but if he doesn't, he'll certainly be closing. There's no doubt about that.
How far down in the post position does the extended gate go to, Ben?
Yeah, so the way they do it, that's where, again, this is just like such a unique situation. I watch horse racing basically every day, from Gulfstream to Aqueduct, Churchill, whatever. You don't have 20 horses, you don't have extended gates. And it's just such a weird thing when you have the gate and then you have the secondary gate. And these horses you have to kind of cut over, particularly if you don't want to, you need to save ground. This is a long race. You don't want to be taking a longer trip than necessary. So I do worry about the break a little, but you could say the same thing for these horses on the rail. Like you don't want to particularly be on the rail either if you don't get out cleanly. So it sucks. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of bumping, but it's just something you have to deal with, I guess.
So Sovereignty is 6 to 1. Sandman is 8 to 1. Cam. After that, are there bombs down the board that you're looking at, or is there anyone like the 10 to 20 range that you like?
Well, I'm not sure how Ben feels about Luxor Cafe. We talked about the Japanese horses. A lot of people I respect. I did a show this weekend with Dubsy. He's from Australia. He actually works for the Horse Racing Network, and he really, really likes this horse a lot. I respect his opinion. He's in the 7 hole, nice gate. You just don't know how are these horses going to perform when they come overseas, but he's dangerous. And if you're looking for a super pooch, Publisher. I think Publisher is a horse that offers something. You know what? And I tell people this, Pat, they go, it's fucking stupid, but it's not. I remember I was betting horse races with Paul Bovey. He's like a regular guy on me and Gabe's show, and he's betting like 1,000 across the board. Like he's loaded. He's got money and stuff. And I remember it was the final race at Aqueduct, actually. And I go, wow, look at that horse. He's named the Dancing Bear. And I go, that's my nickname. He goes, that fucking horse has no chance. Dancing Bear, what? And I'm like, you know what? I bet a stupid name and it won. Like if I see a horse, like say it was called Raz's Magic, or you know what I mean, Mayo's Princess or something like that. I look for like things with people's names, or I know that sounds absolutely stupid, but sometimes you look at the form and you're like, okay, like they're guiding you one way, but it's also a race. It's gambling. It's luck. So I think you got to find a couple pooches out there. But yeah, I don't know, like how these, Ben, would you say this is like, when it comes to favorites, like we knew American Pharaoh, like there's certain, like you're right. Journalism is like a very good horse, but I think you can just like scratch him out. Like, I think there's a lot of horses that can beat him. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. There are some years where there's a horse that just looks dominant, and
Yes.
you kind of know, barring something bizarre, he's going to be there. I don't think it doesn't mean journalism can't win the race. I think we all know that, but he's not some freak of nature where it's just like, oh my God, this horse he's unstoppable. We've seen some of those. Even horses that didn't win the Triple Crown going back. There were some absolute beasts over the years, and this is not that.
Is there anyone down the list that you're looking at, Ben?
But I do think anytime you have an unknown, it's a good thing. We talked about that with Forever Young, the other Japanese horse in years past, and he showed himself well. So if I was taking Luxor Cafe would be my preferred of the Japanese horses. There's a horse named Final Gambit who's a real bomb.
Is that the 3?
Yeah, the 3.
Oh my God. I asked my girlfriend out of all the numbers, I go 1 to 20. She goes 3. Now I have to bet
See?
that horse. Yep.
That's a
simple
sign.
stuff.
Simple stuff. Brad Cox. Again, he's sitting 30 to 1 on the morning lines. Obviously, it's all going to change. He's a true dead closer. Like, he'll be out of the picture, and then maybe, he'll definitely be gaining. He's going to have to time it right. He may be overmatched. That's a true bomb. The horse that I don't know what to do with is this horse, Rodriguez. It's one of Baffert's horses. He's definitely figures. I don't really have him anything right now. Kind of worries me, but yeah, if you want a real bomb, Final Gambit was of the real long shots, the horse that I didn't cross off.
It's interesting too, Ben and Pat, that a lot of people, like, usually you don't see horse people this divided, but a lot of people hate Rodriguez and a lot of people think this horse is going to be right there.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a split opinion about this horse. Bob Baffert, Pat, like Ric Flair, this guy's always got something going on up his sleeve. Like, this horse is dangerous. The 4, he's one of those ones I think you have to add to exotics, or you put him in a super, maybe not a box if you don't have the kind of money, but I think you got key a few, and you gotta put him in there somewhere, Ben, right? And I like Final Gambit is actually a really, really good pick. Like, I was thinking there's something about that horse that keeps on ringing in my head too, and you can't ignore those thoughts.
So when you say that Baffert's like Ric Flair, is he hiding brass knuckles in his knee pads and just like shaking other people?
It's possible.
It is possible. This guy gets banned from, like, he just comes, you know what I mean, Pat? He just walks around with his gray locks and just dripping money, kind of like Patrick Cantlay without the ears of Goldman Sachs. He's that guy. I don't know how to say this. I prefer a dirtbag trainer. Dirtbag might be a strong word, or somebody who looks more like a working man instead of, like, Bob Baffert's just one of those guys. You walk in, I'm like, what's he doing today? Like, what's this guy up to? Like, what's he doing to his horses? Like, he's just, I don't know, Ben, is that too rude? The opinions of Mayo's show, and they're Cam's opinions. Like, I don't want you or Pat to be associated with, but yeah. And who's the other guy? Who's that other guy that got banned when the Triple Crown wasn't one? I'll have another. Was that Doug O'Neill?
Oh, the other trainer? Yeah.
Yeah. It was Doug O'Neill got into trouble too. I remember that. So the thing is that I got a question for you, Ben. Like, does everybody screw around with their horses? What do you think the percentages?
It reminds me a little of, like, not now with college basketball, but before all NIL, it was like everybody's probably doing something. And then you hear about these scandals, and it's like, I don't know if they're the ones that just got caught or they're doing something even more extreme. So it's hard to know what goes on. Obviously, there's, like you, I have my preference. There are certain trainers that I just kind of gravitate towards. I like how they prep their horses. I think their horses are ready to run. All the big names are in here, but yeah, I'm not the biggest Baffert fan.
Nor am I, but I love Mark Cassey, and that's a guy that you deal with.
Yeah, that's
Mark Cassey's a legend at Woodbine, Pat. Like, when you go to, like, when you look at a Cassey trained horse, you give it a double look, a triple look. Like, he's just one of those guys that he's so damn good. I want to be on a Cassey horse, and that's why I understand Ben with Sandman. It's got a great jockey too. Like, there's a lot to like.
Do they come out with intro music, Ben? Does he come out to enter Sandman?
Yeah, it's like UFC fighting. They come out, they do their little thing, they check their hooves, and then they get into the gate. Easy game.
They tried to do that at the Zurich Classic one year, Cam, where for the first tee they had an intro music that they walked out to. I think they got rid of that. It was pretty stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid because what was the other thing too? Like, Gabe was telling me a story when he worked for the Montreal Expos. Like, one player came in, it's like Panama, he's like, that music sucks. I want to, you know what I mean? Like, he wanted like maybe more salsa or something else. Like, they just assumed that he's from Panama, so we'll play Panama by Van Halen. So I don't know. What would your intro song be if you were in boxing or wrestling?
Mine would be from the E Tu Mama Te Bien soundtrack. Here Comes the Mayo.
Here Comes the Mayo.
Oh wow.
That's Will Levis's song too, Pat.
No, he can't infringe on my name. He's only a pretender of the Mayo game. I've been living with this my entire life.
Yes, he's salad dressing your mayo.
Ben, what about you? What would be your intro music?
Oh man, intro music.
It's tough.
The theme song to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Smart. Yeah. I would have to do, I'd have to do a theme song maybe from like a show. I don't know.
You get
a
season
good
2 of The
question.
Wire theme song?
Creeping Death by
exactly.
Metallica, I
The
think would be
Docs.
strong, Pat. For Whom the Bell Tolls, like stuff like that. I like a lot of indie bands, so their music's not really people that.
That's me too. Like
Who
I'm
the
not-
hell's Guided by Voices or Pavement or Dinosaur Jr.? Like that's my jam, right?
Well-
So they go, this guy's an idiot.
I think the biggest thing with entrance music, and from what I've learned from the Attitude Era of the WWF, is that you want it to like hit right away. I feel like with some of these Metallica songs, like the build is too much. You don't have that much time. You can't have it build up for 3 minutes unless you actually are Sandman or smoking cigs and drinking beer in the crowd at an ECW show. But other than that, like you need the Stone Cold like glass smash or the Rock coming on right away. Like you need something boom, 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 boom. Even the John Cena, just a just immediately. Like these are the sorts of entrance music, like hooks that you need off the top. You need to have it in the first 5 seconds.
For Whom the Bell Tolls, though, goes ding, 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 ding. Like when it comes in quick, like ding,
That's good.
ding, 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 ding. Like that's one Metallica song that you're like listening, going, okay, here we go. Like it's ready to go instantly. And it's a pretty good one, but you want to get a little bit more original, but I don't know, Ben, like some of the music that I like would probably not be good theme music for my taste.
Strangely, Panama works for this. Panama would be a good entrance.
Panama's
song.
a wicked song. I agree. I love it. You know what? Running with the Devil, like Van Halen is one like classic rock band that I totally respect. Like it's one of those things, Pat. Sometimes my music is a little bit too, it could be sour, dour, a little bit depressing, but I like depressing music. But it's all like, these guys just know how to party. That's a party that says everybody's taking their clothes off. There's a keg here and it's an open bar.
Are you feeling stuck in your daily wellness routine? You're not alone on that. Our friends at Cornbread Hemp hear you. Yes, they're listening and they hear you. Their organic CBD gummies are made to help you feel better, whether it's stress, poor sleep, or just needing a moment to unwind, because Lord knows we should be taking more moments to unwind. CBD might be just what you need to level up your daily routine. Cornbread Hemp uses only the best of the hemp plant, the flower, for the purest, most potent CBD. No fillers, no junk, just full spectrum goodness. And right now, Pat Mayo Experience listeners can save 30% off your first order. Just head to cornbread.com/Pat Mayo and use code Pat Mayo at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/Pat Mayo and use code Pat Mayo. Have you noticed how Pat Mayo seems a whole lot better rested recently? It's no secret. I got my old mattress, took it outside, threw it in the trash the moment my Helix mattress showed up. My wife and I took the quiz on helixsleep.com. We went through everything and we decided the firmness. We wanted the temperature, how we actually sleep. And all of a sudden, the mattress shows up, we lay down, and I'm not having a lot of the sleep problems that I've been having in the past. I just wake up 50 times a night. Not no more with my Helix mattress. I was sleeping on my side with my head underneath my pillow, and I was getting chicken wing for when I woke up, and my back and my shoulders were sore because there was a divot inside my old mattress where I'd been sleeping on it so long. Now, all of that has gone. It's been such an upgrade with my Helix mattress that I'm getting full sleep, and even my Apple Watch is telling me that I'm getting a far more full sleep this time. I'm not hitting 54% on my sleep cycle anymore. Now I'm up at like 90%, even 100% some nights. So hopefully this can help you out as well. Go to helixsleep.com/Pat Mayo for the spring savings event where you're going to get 20% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/Pat Mayo for 20% off everything site-wide. helixsleep.com/Pat Mayo. Finding the perfect car is kind of like dating, where you swipe through a bunch of options, some look better than they actually are, and you just hope you don't settle for good enough when you deserve something great. But with CarGurus, they take the guesswork out of car buying. Real price analysis, vehicle history, price drop alerts, and the best deals. The best deals! No bad dates, just good cars. CarGurus will connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process. With over 4 million listings, CarGurus has more car listings than any other major online automotive marketplace in the US, so you can find the best deal. CarGurus gives you control on how you shop and how you want to shop with the tools, information, and data-driven deals ratings you need. It's no wonder SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows CarGurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site. Buy or sell your next car today with CarGurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
Ben, can you talk us through the types of exotic bets? I know that we do the refresher every year, but I forget.
Sure.
It's been 364 days of how boxing works, trifectas work, superfectas work. Just walk us through that, please.
Yeah, so obviously, you start with very simple. Like if you're betting to win, you pick the winner, but you're not going to get a huge payout there. So you can do things that are trying to pick orders. And so first and second is an exacta. And then you can go first, second, and third. So you need the winner, the second place, and third place. That's a trifecta. And then you can do it even for a fourth horse. So you got to get 1, 2, 3, and 4. The problem is you have to get the exact order. And that can be really, really difficult. So what they allow you to do is called boxing it. And that just gives you every combination of the horses. Now, Cam already made the money side.
That is the best screenshot ever of Ben.
It's amazing.
5, 1,
Look how
3.
happy and excited.
We lost you. You were the most excited I've ever seen you, Ben.
Did you not pay your Verizon bill? Don't you got like 5 options in New York State? What's going on?
I
here?
told you, I haven't paid any bills because I've saved up for the Derby. So that's probably what's going on here.
Let's swing back to that then. So let's start trying to build one of these out. Do you want to build a trifecta or a superfecta with this?
Let's start with an exacta and add one horse to I like to go 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, or 6. And you can and if we really like one, we put them on the top rows, right, Ben? And then sometimes you take all or whatever. If you key some horses, Pat, because if you box like 6 horses, like you better have a pretty good bank account, or that ATM is going to be, you're going to be drawing out a lot of money. Let's put it that way. It's not going to be cheap.
Well, we've been through it so far, and these will all go by post positions. So it seems like 3, 7, 17, and 18 were big favorites of you guys at the beginning of the show. And the 4 horse, who was the 4 horse? Rodriguez was another one that you guys seem to like. Maybe we throw a bomb onto that for somewhere down the list as well. Is there anyone from the bottom Ben that you could see throwing on as a part of a second or third place finish?
I think that Final Gambit horse, I know we already talked about him, is really kind of the type of horse where he could grab a piece. Winning is probably far-fetched, but could he grab a piece of the board? I think absolutely, because he's going to be closing. And if you're closing, you may not be able to get to the winner, but some of these horses are going to be dead tired, falling back really quickly, in the stretch. So for me, that's the type of horse, if you really want to get aggressive, to put him underneath a Sovereignty, a Sandman, one of the big names.
So how do you want to play the exacta, Cam? Do you want to go 17, 18 on the top row?
I want to go 3, 17, 18 boxed.
3, 17, 18.
That's easy.
We'll keep those and just make those first and second. Just try to get some sort of combination of those two.
Well, and the key is, Pat, we're taking 2 pretty high. Sandman's probably Ben, is he the 3rd or 4th horse on the board?
Yeah,
at 8?
third.
I think he's the 3rd. Yeah. So Sovereignty's the 2nd, but the 3 Final Gambit is a bomb. So you almost hope that he finishes 2nd, or even if he wins. If he wins and we have 17 or 18, we're partying, Pat, because that horse will blow it up.
Okay.
So if journalism doesn't hit the board, your exotics are going to be fantastic, no matter what combination you have.
Great call.
Okay, so we'll do that for an exacta. We'll go 3, 17, 18, 3, 17, 18 for the first lines. Let's do it a trifecta. What are some other horses that we want to add on to here, Cam?
I was going to ask Ben. There's a couple that I've circled, Pat, what's up with this? Ben, what's up with this Mohawk? Is it Mohawk Girl? Is that what it
Flying
is?
Mohawk.
Yeah, Flying Mohawk. Sorry, it's like Mohawk Girl. Yeah, Pat, I used to play in the Mississauga Hockey League when wearing Native Indian jerseys was pride. We had Cree, Iroquois, Mohawk, Algonquin. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was the league. It was all Native American tribes from the Mississaugas where I live, basically. But yeah, I looked at this Mohawk, Flying Mohawk, and I'm like, kind of an interesting horse. I don't know how Ben feels about it. Like, there's so many of these like super pooches that you can put in. I was just hoping that Ben would have like one that he likes more than the other. We both agree on the three.
So
I do like. I mean, if
I was gonna say the Flying Mohawk's the 11 horse here, and with odds up to 50-1. Like that'd be fantastic if that worked.
Anything can work.
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, we saw he wasn't even in the Derby show one year, the Rich Strike one.
Oh, God.
He literally got into the race the day of, and then he won.
Wasn't his jockey like big at B and C tracks, and he's like weaving in and out of guy? I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
It was just, that's a Kentucky Derby. Crazy things can happen. Mind That Bird was a huge pooch.
Yeah, Mind That Bird.
Pat, like the favorite doesn't come in. Like you can get a, 60-1 horse can win this race if there's a lot of problems in traffic. The favorites get caught up. Like anything can happen. It's a 20 horse race. That's the whole thing. So you do have to take some chances. It's not going to be chalk, but I do like Sandman and I do like Sovereignty. So those are the horses with me and Ben. I just want to find a couple pooches to throw in there.
So do we construct the trifecta the same way, Ben, as we did before? Do we go 3-17-18, 3-17-18, then build a bigger line for third? Or do we juice up the second line and the third line now?
Yeah, I mean, again, part of it is a risk tolerance thing because you have to start saying, man, if journalism doesn't hit the board at all now, it becomes harder to make that feasible. But the way I kind of do it, I like to open it up on those second and third lines, like Luxor Cafe, who Cam mentioned. I think that horse deserves, potentially some play. One of these years, one of the Japanese horses is going to break through, and this is a talented horse. I don't know if he's got the exact pedigree, but like that's the type of horse. I doubt I bet him to win, but I also would be pretty surprised if I don't have him anywhere. I'll use him for sure.
So 3, 7, 11, 18, and 17, or 17 and 18. Like you don't have to bet. It's not like you're putting down. Like I've been able to play these every year for like 50-cent trifectas. Yeah. Like, it costs me like $100 or something.
Yep.
Pat, they have 20-cent they have 10-cent supers, don't they, Ben? For this race, can't you do they? I think the minimum's 10. You go 10, 10 20, 50, and $1. The dollar one, if you hit it, man, it's boxcars.
Without the favorite on it, just rough estimate. What do you think something like that would pay, Cam?
That's a loaded question, Patrick.
I get that it's parimutuel, and I get that it depends on who hits at what part of the board, but just generally speaking, like it'd be a big return on. It's not like $100 to win $600.
Okay, if we played a $1 super and journalism was not there and we knocked them out with the horses that we had, we'd be owning property.
Yeah,
so like tens of
if
thousands.
Flying Mohawk wins
at least. Oh no, maybe a couple $100,000.
Well, let's do that. Yeah. Can we just do that?
We can do whatever you want, buddy. Hey, it's your show there, Salmon. Steve Salmon, I love your blazer. Bob Blazer, you're looking good, sharp.
It's the
Pat,
same.
I gotta tell you too.
It's a problem. Like it's the. We'll get to your regrets in a second, but I've been wearing this jacket on the show now. I think for the 6 years that we've been doing the show, it's the only time all year that I wear it. And Cam, it's a bit of a tighter fit once you pass 40.
Oh, I just turned 50, and like I went to my doctor's office the other day. It's like, the blood pressure a little bit high, this and that. You did lose a lot of weight, Pat. Like I tipped the scales now, like 248. At my biggest, I was 316. But he says, we have to talk about your liver numbers. And I'm like, here we go. And he's like, have you considered like not drinking? And I said, no. He goes, what? He goes, guess what the average drinks a week? He goes, 2 drinks. I go, 2 drinks. I have 2 drinks before I'm doing my research. Like the guy wants me to have a half glass of wine and a Coors Light, and that's drinking for the week. I'm sorry. Like it's something I might have to do eventually, but sounds like bullshit to me.
2 drinks seems pretty low, Ben, honestly.
That's what I'm saying, Pat. How about 7? Could we do like a 1 a day, something along those lines? Like 2's a joke.
What you need to do is get yourself a doctor from France, and I feel like those numbers go up.
I like that. You know, with all my diabetes medications too, though, they bug me up and then they give me that nice cheese and I'll have a real problem on the throne. But you know what? There's other things we could do to worry about it. It was funny. I was at the doctor's office and I met this like nice lady. She was pretty good looking too. And she was telling me about the Senecot stuff. And she says she's hasn't had a bad bowel movement since. That's my diabetes medications, Pat. It's like giving birth every time I go to the bathroom. It sucks.
Ben, this could be your future.
That's this is why we need to hit the Superfecta very badly. We have to hit
What,
this now.
to get some like Sandoz stock.
So I could get
stocks?
specialized
Yeah.
doctors. Yeah.
Oh,
we
Pat,
need-
and then I have to go for I remember I'm going for surgery and these guys are asking your medications on the phone. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on metformin and this. And I go, Jardians, the little pill with the big story to tell. And they had me on like speaker and I hear the ladies in the background. I go, Jardians is the loser pill. That's what they give the people who have no money. The rich people get Ozempic, like Phil Mickelson and the other one where you Wacovi or whatever, you stick it in you. I get the loser Jardians. That's a chump pill.
It's a chump pill.
Yeah, it's the weakest of the. It's like they always have Jardians in stock. So I'm like, why are you giving me this one? Why can't I get the Cadillac of diabetes medication? No, you get the Pinto of diabetes medication. Jardians.
This was like
They're
your
commercials.
this was like your antacid power rankings, because I had to get some when I was away last week, and like my stomach started to hurt. It's like, I gotta get some antacids, and I couldn't remember the good ones that you were telling me about.
Oh, Gaviscon, Malox, Prilosec OTC. Let's just say this, Pat. Rolaids and Tums, they're for children. That's literally, you're not even in single A ball. Like you're still, you got nothing. You're a college prospect and you're just trying to get there. There's another good one I use. My mom used to have it. I forget what it's called. Well, yeah, Nexium. Thank you, honey. See, my girlfriend knows the antacid. She has heartburn now too. I cook real hot. My chili's really hot, but I will say Nexium is fantastic.
I gotta
That's
take
all.
notes here.
Yeah. No.
lot of
Honestly, I
information.
can give you every antacid, but Pat, I'm going to give you actually a really good tip. If you go to an Italian cafe, they have this drink called Stappy. Okay. It's basically carbonated. They have like orange, red, bitter, like whatever. And you drink one of those, like with the bubbles. If you eat like 6 plates of the buffet, you can actually function. Like, I don't know what it does, but it's like Campari. That, you know, that drink that you have when you have a huge meal. Ask Pizzola this next time how he feels about Campari.
So it's like an amuse-bouche.
Yeah, it's like it's got some kind of properties in it, like plant, whatever it does, it makes you like be able to function. Like when I'm eating so much, like I get a lot more stomach pain too these days, and acid in your throat, like that stuff works. Like, yeah, it's called. Check out the brand Stappy.
Do you have any Oaks takes, Ben? Because you always seem to be in on the Kentucky
give us some
Oaks.
oak picks.
Yeah, so I have, what was this horse's name? I bet one girl in the Oaks. Let's see. I got the Oaks odds right here. I love the Oaks, by the way. I know
I do
it's
too.
it's the day before. There's some real big races. Oh yeah, Tenma. It's Baffert's horse actually, but I like Tenma. He's gonna be a pretty good price when you look at it, but it's a wide open race.
What's the
to
number,
me.
Ben?
The 9. There's a horse named Good Cheer,
Well,
who's
yeah.
Brad Coxworth, Saez. That's the horse. That's the journalism of that race. But again, I'm going to try to beat her with a price. And Tenma is a horse that caught my eye.
Paul, who is the white horse? Oh, Sandman. So Sandman,
Oh,
Sandman's a white
Yeah,
horse.
he's a tappet horse. So a lot of them are.
They're
that
white or
color.
yeah, good call. And I love betting on those horses, man. It's another stupid thing with names, like these white gray horses all day long.
Love Sandman.
You know what, Ben? I literally wrote down the order of my horses, and I had Sovereignty, Sandman, and my girlfriend was right. That 3, like I just threw out the number, and she said Final Gambit. I'm like,
I love
I
it.
have to bet this horse now. It's his favorite dog, honey. Final Gambit. The number you said, the 3, and she's got good instincts. She goes, the Leafs suck and they're going to lose to Ottawa. She was right.
So before we recap, maybe let's do the recap right now of the pick. So it seems like we're going outright. If you're going to bet this outright, you have to pick like Sovereignty's 6-1 at Coolbet, Sandman's 8-1, and it seems like they've actually depressed the number on Final Gambit. Final Gambit's 18-1 at Coolbet.
Wow.
I think as high as 30 at other places. So I'd look for the 30 over the 18 if you can find that. But Ben, when you're betting it, would you go? Because I mean, I'm used to betting golf, and these numbers are like somewhat similar, although there were fewer people in the field. Would I really want to bet a 6 and 8 and an 18? Would I just rather bet a 6 and an 18? Like, can you take a 6 and an 8-1 as a part of your like portfolio of bets here, or is it just better to bet one of them, one of the favorites, one of the long shots, then save everything else for the exactas and trifectas?
I tend to do that. Or what I'll do, if I wanted to pick a couple horses to win, I'll do daily doubles, which means you're picking the winner of 2 races in a row. Just first, you don't need second, third, blah, blah, blah. Just the winner in the Derby, the winner in the race before the Derby, something like that. So I'm definitely going to have doubles, or you could do an Oaks Derby double like that. And, you know, then you just need the winner. And I think Sandman and Sovereignty are great horses for that type of structure.
So
I'm going to tell you, Pat, too, a lot of these guys are just going to tune into race 12. I could tell you, me and Ben are going to be betting that whole fucking card all day long.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole thing. Like, I watch Gulfstream. I'm watching the first race. Hell, I had Australian horses like last night. Like, they had some crazy shit going on there at the, what was the name of that track? Goomba. It was something like weird name. Like, it was steeplechase. I'm like, this is amazing.
That gets dangerous.
Oh, it was wild. I'm telling you, man, I wish they had more races like that. Really enjoyed it. But the thing, Ben, Pat, I got to tell you this. I bet a horse last night. He opens up at like 17 and he closes at like 3. They're the way their swings are in their betting. It's like, this is crazy. It's like all the people who bet Conflict Diamond. I'm like, wow, our horse is 6-1. Then he goes off at like 1-9. I'm like, you guys are fucking killing us. Stop betting our horse. Everybody else liked it though. All the other owners like, oh, you guys can't leave. This is like everybody was like making money off our backs, and they were pissed when our horse hurt his hoof.
Okay, so the Exacta 3-17-18, and then 3-17-18 and 7. And for the trifecta, we're doing the same ones, but we're also adding the 11 horse into the second and third line as well. I'll put those down in the description if people want to tail along with us. Any final things on horse racing and the Derby, Ben?
So there is just one kind of bizarre situation here. There's a horse named Baeza. He's not in the race. But if he gets in the race, he's going to be a pretty dangerous horse. He lost to journalism by a nose. He's just not in the race because he doesn't have any points. So he needs someone to get scratched. If somebody does get scratched, Baeza is a serious actual threat. Normally the horses that get in are bozos. He's actually a pretty good horse.
And that, you know, with 20 horses, Ben, somebody, I'll make the bet, like,
Probably
will
will.
their horse be scratched? And the answer I would say was yes before the race.
What do you think his odds would end up being in this race if he gets in?
12?
Yeah, I'd say after
15?
Sandman and Sovereignty, but maybe before, probably in like that Rodriguez bucket.
So like 14-1, 12-1, right around
12
there?
to 14, yeah.
Yeah,
Right around there.
Would you like Baeza more than you would like a Sovereignty or Sandman, like for double the odds?
No, I wouldn't personally.
Maybe we can throw them in something, but that means we're just spending more money.
It's a little weird. I don't think it always has to be like this, but I do think it matters if you want to think about correlation. If Baeza is that good, that by definition means that journalism should be pretty good because they were in the same race. So like if they're both superstars, then they should both be superstars. If the race itself was weak, then Baeza shouldn't be that good. If journalism doesn't hit the board, I don't really understand why Baeza would be some powerhouse if he couldn't even beat him.
Just looking down at some of these names, Cam, I for just, sometimes I scan and I don't read the full word. My son does the exact same thing. Just looks like the first 2 letters and takes a guess because he's learning how to read right now. I guess I need to learn how to read too. But I thought that one of the horses' names was Tit-tastic, but it's not. It's Tiz-tastic.
Oh, yeah, Tiz-tastic. I know what? I prefer Tits-tastic. That would be fantastic.
That would be a horse.
Yeah, we'd bet him.
Yeah, 'tis the law, kid.
I will say this. I will say something stupid, and it's weird. But Ben, know what the problem is? And Pat, you guys, like, there's a horse called journalism, and there's a horse called publisher. The journalist writes the story. The publisher puts it out. It's like linkage.
Yeah, but in today's day and age, those are the same people.
Have you seen the Toronto Star? It's basically a pamphlet for diabetes.
Is it just being propped up by Wagovia?
Hey man, I'm not sticking anything. I got enough problems putting things in my body, but yeah, no, just the thickness of the paper. It used to be like heavy. I used to be a paper boy when I was younger. Now you look at it and go, what the hell's in this thing? Nothing. Sucks.
Do you know anyone who still gets a newspaper like delivered to their door?
I know a few it's very popular at my dad's senior facility, but I also like reading the paper.
I don't have any aversion to reading the newspaper. I just couldn't imagine getting one delivered to my house every day when I wake up, if it's not there, it's like, oh, I can just access this on like this tablet. Not a big deal.
Yeah, you know what it is though, Pat? I'm one of those old school guys. I like the feel of the paper rather than reading it on a screen.
I agree with you, but if it's going to be a hassle for me to get the paper, then I'm out.
Okay. No, I get it. I just really like to open it up, have a cup, like in the summer now, a cup of coffee on the thing, get the barbecue cooking. And I like to read, I like to read things and go through. It's like your newsletter. That's paper. Everyone's like, ooh, trees. No, don't worry about the trees. Like the paper's fine.
Cam, my newsletter, which is free to subscribe to down in the description, is not on paper. You just print it out.
I do. I go to my local shit mall. I go to the worst. Like I go to a tavern in like Mississauga, $4 beers, and I print out your materials.
I appreciate you reading the materials, but you can just use like the Substack app if you want to like just read it. It's not that long. It's not that long.
One day, Pat.
How many pieces of paper is my newsletter? Like 3?
No. Yeah, I'd say 3 to 5. It depends if you're going real crazy. The NFL one has fantasy rankings and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right. It's not too long, but I like it. I like to read it. It's great bathroom materials.
Well, I appreciate the support on that. It is free to join. Ben, are you a newspaperman? The one thing I miss about newspapers, just in general and getting them every day, is the stories that I would read just because they were in there that I would just have no interest in reading. Like, on my own, I would never stumble across this. But if it's in the newspaper, it's like, well, I already read that one. I might as well read where the hell this is. And I just don't do that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I try to read, but not. The only thing I miss about the actual newspaper is the crossword. Not that you can't do that online.
Good call.
I like the crossword.
You pen or
sometimes the comics are good. Like a couple of them suck, but yeah, like a couple like comics, like like fucking Andy Cap or some other fucking tool. Like if they're like once in a while, you're just like, and the jokes are so shit. Sometimes you're just like, hey man, it's just basically a stress reducer.
What is your favorite of the comics? Like, do you like? I'm a big Far Side guy. Like,
I like Far Side too.
Like, can I just buy you an anthology of Far Side comics and give them to you? You can stack them up on the back of your toilet.
You could tell the listeners when you go to the thing, they want to give me some random item. I'll take books. I'll take comics. I'll take toilet paper. I'll take whatever you got. I'll take envelopes. Anything you need. Like you want to get rid of it. I'll take it.
Yeah, Cam is in the market for some Gary Larson calendars.
I like Gary Larson. Very talented, Pat. Underrated, actually, in fact.
Is there, Ben, do you think there's still a market for comics? Because I don't know if it'd be easier or harder now to publish. Like, if everything's digital, like, how do you make money off of it?
This is not my, I don't know anything. You guys are speaking a foreign language to me.
Yeah, you know what, Pat? You're right. Like, look at that chick, Caroline, in the city in her show. She was a cartoonist. She's like fucking done. Like there's no game for it. Like, you're right. But Ben's right about though. People do the jumbles, the crosswords. Like crosswords are fun, and they're a great time killer.
I felt like maybe this is the deterioration of the population, but I feel like crosswords are out and easy versions of crosswords are in. Not the Sudokus are like super easy, but they're just more manageable.
I hate Sudoku. I think it sucks shit.
Yep.
I'm not into it.
The word search.
I'm just not. I like crosswords. It's like capital, of Washington, Olympia. Like, you know what I mean? I like to do like, that's what I want to know. I want to do stuff like that. I'm doing Sudoku. I'll be like, oh, look at the numbers. No, I don't like it. And I thought and that's another thing about slots when you're playing. I'm like, what the hell happened? I got things down the middle. That doesn't work. They're like, oh, they're going on angles and I'm winning money there. I'm like, what the fuck wins and what doesn't win? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm getting fleeced, but that's my own issue.
Ben, you a slot guy?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm in a casino for sure, I try to stay away from the online slots for obvious reasons because dangerous buffalo slots will get you. But yeah, if I'm if I'm in Gulfstream and all the tracks now, most of them have casinos. So yeah, I've been known to play some slots.
You know what it is, guys? Slots are like the drug dealer. They give you a taste. You'll win early. You're like, ooh, this was going to be my day. And they'll let you have it. But then after a while, party's over. Yeah, if you don't cash out and you get too greedy, and then you get frustrated because you could have took the couple grand, but I'm like, I got to turn it into 10. And then after that, you're fucked. You're a sitting duck.
I had a friend, I was actually on a call yesterday. He told me he just got back from a trip and he was killing some time at a casino. He went and played blackjack and got up like $500 after 20 minutes or something like that. He's just told me, he's like, I decided to get up and walk away. He's like, I've never done that before. Usually, I just play like 2 hands at $250 each and just be back to where I started, or lose money and just be out of money 10 minutes later. He's like, this time I just decided to get up and be like, hey, this is basically all the meals that I'm going to have on this 3-day trip. This is great. It's like a bunch of free meals that I got for sitting down for 20 minutes. I don't know I don't know if I have the wherewithal to do that.
You know what my problem is, Pat?
What is it?
I for lots. But the thing is, when I was playing slots, I won. I remember that night I hit every underdog. It was like the only game the Devils won in their season. Like basically, it was boxcars, right? Like I won like $2,000. I'm like, you know what? And instead of being a smart person and just rolling it over with bets that you actually like, to go, this online casino looks really good, and you start winning a little bit. I go, this is going to be special. Maybe I can get a new car and light my Corolla on fire. But at the end of the night, I gave it all up, and I slept that night. And I was just like, man, you're probably one of the stupidest human beings I know. But the problem is, when you don't meet that threshold, you do anger betting, and then they got you. You're done. There's no way to get it back. It's impossible.
I've been there. I completely agree. Ben, what do you guys got going on over at Odds Checker, both on the YouTube channel and the product itself? Odd Shopper.
But yeah, Odd Shopper. There's a lot of odds out there. It's a dangerous game. Yeah, listen, awesome time. Obviously, you got the playoffs, NBA, NHL. I'll be in Discord. Just to Cam's point, I think one of the most misplaced things about the Kentucky Derby is there's one race at 6:50. There is 2 straight days of action nonstop. Yes. Like, if you're just betting the Kentucky Derby, you're doing yourself a disservice if you want the action. So I will be certainly in there betting all these races, sprints, and you get to see all sorts of horses, turf races and whatnot. It's just a good time for sports. So of course, oddshopper.com, come and hang out. We would love to have you as part of the community.
Cam, are you doing like live shows during the Kentucky Derby?
Kidding me? No. Yeah, we got all those other things to do. It's like the one thing I do at work though, we'll do like Oaks, little bit. Kentucky Derby will come on with the mayor of Miami, Joe Ranieri. He's a horse guy too. We'll do all this other stuff, and yeah, we'll do like a Kentucky Derby segment. But they don't want to break down every race. It's kind of like people are betting the Kentucky Derby, but I couldn't agree more with Ben. You are like, play other races. Like, that's the whole thing. Everybody's into the race 12. There's a million cards going on. Like, right, Ben, I remember I forget what year it was when me and my girlfriend stayed at the El Cortez for basically 2 months, and the cops came to the door and say, you got to move rooms because legally you can only be there for this long. But it was the Preakness, cloud computing. I'll never forget that horse. It was cloud computing, and I'm on my hands and knees there. I smashed that horse. He won, and I'm like, yeah. Everyone's hugging me and stuff. And the owner of the casino's like just sitting there and going, yeah, great race by cloud computing there. And I'm like, man, don't you ever get happy about anything? That's the one problem with being rich is they don't appreciate wins with guys who actually need money. It's actually really hurt my feelings. Actually, it was disgusting. But anyway, it was a great day.
Okay, that will do it on the Pat Mayo Experience. Ben, did you see the graphic that came up at the beginning of the show?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
That was our over under. Did we
Oh,
play the game?
that graphic. Yeah.
zero.
I mean,
zero was the official.
I know.
It was set at 3.5. We got 0 horse noises,
the
Cam.
lines.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. I didn't give the horse. Oh, man. You know what, Pat? You and Better the Casino, we fleeced the gamblers.
Yeah.
Today. I usually
Lot of
give you
money.
like 6. What's the over under?
It was 3.5.
You get 2. Sorry, under still cashes.
Yeah.
That will do it. And you just ruined all of those alt lines, like when if you bet the bagel, all of a sudden.
Yeah, the outline that hurts.
The
Yeah,
bagel
yeah.
pays you.
Yeah, the bagel was paying 300 to 1, and that just went out the window. Shouldn't have brought it
I
up.
didn't know.
It's okay. It's not real money or real odds. Smash the like while you're here. Sub to Mayo Media Network, and I will see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience.
So what were our final? Let's do this, and we'll find different combinations. So let's give about 5 or 6. So we like number 3. You want to put Rodriguez in there?
Yeah, let's just build it out. We go
Okay.
3,
What's
3, 17, 18 on the top,
yeah.
and then 3, 7, or 3, 4, 7, 11, 17, 18. And just double that twice.
I got no problem with it. I was hoping for one other flyer. Ben, is there another one that you're I'm thinking about doing this thing?
Yeah, I mean the Japanese horse. I don't know. Did you say him? The 7?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
Um,
Luxor Cafe.
I mean, we didn't really talk about. There's a horse named Grande, the 10, that I don't know what to do with him.
Throw
A
them
lot
in.
of people like that horse.
3,
Yeah, I know.
4, 7, 10, 11, 17, 18.
I'll tell you,
you
Flying
bet-
Mohawk hits the board, you're gonna be rich. He might go off like 75 to 1.
Do I bet him, Ben?
Yeah.
This horse. They said if it's raining, there's a couple. You know what
Really?
the funny thing about Final Gambit is too? They said if the track's sloppy, that horse can do some damage in the slop. I think people who said
It's supposed
They
to
like
rain tomorrow.
Mm.
So I hear. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
Paul's giving me, apparently there's Netflix Kentucky Derby shows that Jason Worth, the former baseball player, owns
Oh, yeah.
Flying Mohawk.
Yeah, he's
you know what? I like that even more now.
he's the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
apparently
that's gonna be
apparently
flopping.
he owned Doorknob last year at the Belmont.
Yeah,
Doorknob?
he owns
Doorknob.
Doorknob, yeah.
Oh, sorry, doorknock. Oh, they said doorknob.
I did say doorknob, but I'm just wrong.
Oh fuck.
What's
What do you got in golf this week?
I got Valimaki. He was winning until he just made a bogey.
You took Jagger too, eh?
I
Didn't
do.
you?
Yeah, I got like Kevin Yu, Jagger, Knapp. All basically everyone bet exactly the same people this week, I think.
Oh, I know. I'm like, is there anybody not betting Jake Knapp?
You?
Even I bet him.
I did too. Would you like Valimaki?
Yeah.
Salmon Slammy?
Yeah, wacky Valimaki is my guy.
Know who I like, Pat?
Who?
2 fucking guys that finished 4th in the team event. Philip Screwdriver
Yeah.
and Thor Bjornsson.
I like both. I mean, I got the Phillips win like 6 weeks ago, so I don't
He's
know.
good.
I don't know if he's gonna win twice in 1 year. That's a tough scene.
He's 100 fucking 40 to 1 in one of my offshores. It was crazy price.
God damn it.
Guy can play. Well, what's wrong, Ben?
Nothing. Just this is why you don't bet Belgian soccer. These fucking teams.
I was just
Yeah,
there. You should have come
No,
to
no,
me.
yeah.
I just did a trip through Brussels, Bruges, and Antwerp.
But
Where-
Bruges, that's the team. They're playing Ghent, and they can't.
Oh
find
yeah,
net.
Ghent. They
Ghent.
were in the they were in the
Bums.
Europa League the other year, were they not? And I don't know if they made champions. Did they make Champions League?
There's some pretty good teams over there, but
Yeah.
yeah, this should be a route, and it's just simply not. But
we like on the train from Brussels to Bruges, we had to go through Ghent.
well, you should have coached them up.
I
You're in
did.
I should
Antwerp?
have gone.
I was in. We went from Bruges to Antwerp afterwards. Antwerp's cool, man.
If I
Oh,
could-
Antwerp. Yeah, still, if you want to fucking rob guy for his
Diamonds.
diamonds, that's your
Yeah.
place. Yeah, big
The
diamonds.
the nicest train station I've ever seen in my life.
Europe's
I
a
could see-
lot
I
of
could see
cool.
that.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah, Bruges was neat though. Just like a medieval town, and it was like the one nice day that we had on the entire vacation weather-wise. So we were able to walk around in shorts. It was awesome.
Pat, I went to Lucerne, Switzerland. It was fucking gorgeous.
Was that for the Spengler Cup?
No, I actually went there on a vacation. When Mike Weir won the Masters, I won boxcars, and my chick at the time, not my new girlfriend's like, are you going to take me on a fucking cruise now? So yeah, we did the 14-day European Magic.
Oh, was it
went
good?
everywhere. I love cruises.
I've never been
international waters, gambling.
I've never been on a cruise.
I loved playing bingo on the cruise with all the old legs 11. Like, it's just fun. Yeah, you just get wasted and you play. Like, I never had more fun playing bingo with seniors on a cruise. It was awesome.
What's your panic level for the Maple Leafs now?
Not as high as other people's.
Do you expect them to lose?
I expect them to win this game, but if they lose this game, they're fucked.
Yeah, if it goes to 7, I agree. Tonight's the night.
They'll have so much pressure with these asshole Toronto media guys, and they'll just be all over them. Oh, is this going to happen again? Remember the Bruins series and the leads? It's just so negative. So, but the thing is, going to Ottawa is the best thing for Toronto. If they were playing at home tonight, I'd have less confidence in them.
I always just I don't miss I do miss working in the fantasy offices sometimes, Cam, just because I like being around people, and like, I mean, there's 3 people in the room right now. I'm talking to 2 people on the line. It's not so bad, but a lot of people, like you, do this both of you guys do this solitary most of the time. It's just you guys talking into a camera in a room by yourselves. But I do really miss the day that the Leafs get eliminated from the playoffs at the office, and just how furious everyone is. And I just found it funny.
Yeah. Oh, the Leafs instill rage. Like, I'm going to tell you, like, if I saw Austin Matthews, any other person in the world, I'd return their keys, their wallet. I would see him in Marner's wallets. I'm taking everything out of it and their cards. Like, you know what I mean? So they have to go and get replacement cards and make it an absolute fucking nightmare. Like, I wouldn't even put the wallet back in the mailbox. Like, you fuckers have taken so much money from me. I want to rob you, because that's what they do.
Well, Ben, you're still just outside of New York City. The pickpocket game, I noticed that a lot. Like when we were walking into different museums kind of thing, especially like in Amsterdam, like spray painted on the floors, like watch out for pickpockets. It's like,
oh, gypsies galore, Pat.
Yeah, but are people, maybe I'm the outlier with all this. I haven't had a wallet in like 15 years.
Yeah, I don't have a wallet.
So what do you do?
Like, I got 3 cards in the back of my phone.
Yeah, I just like carry what I need.
I don't know. I'm just one of those guys. I got a wallet. You're right. You're a sitting duck, but just keep it in your front pocket, though.
That's how.
Yeah, front pocket's out.
So if a guy has to come at you, he's got to get near your ball region, and it's tougher. It's in the back pocket. You're just a stooge. Like they got you. But I will say, when I walked out of a beer hall in Munich, like it was basically gypsy over there, grifter over there. Like I'm like, whoa, it's late. Like Europe they're very cunning at their game.
Well, they've had a lot of, it's the old country. They've had a lot of time to perfect these skills.
You're right. Like people in Vegas are just drunk hookers. Hey, I really like the way you played that blackjack hand. It's like, fuck off. Like this is not happening.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Good to talk to you guys.
See ya.
Always a pleasure. Nice seeing you again, Ben.
Yeah, you too, man.
Have a good one, man. Take it easy. Are you coming to the show?
I think he's gone.
Oh man, people leave quick.
Experience!